What is the equation of line, 3D plane, and hyperplane, right? We will understand in today's video. So let's start with the line. Okay, let's start with the line. So we will draw a hyperplane, and this is a line passing through the passing. This is the line is passing, right? So this is the x-axis, then x and y. When we talk about this equation of this line, so we are writing y is equal to mx plus c, and another way of writing is y is equal to 0 plus beta 1 x. This is the equation of life. The both are equation are same. Okay. So in that particular case, what is the m and what is the c, right? So we will understand what is the m and what is c. So m we are considering is the slope. Okay. Slope, and what is the slope? Okay. What is the slope? Slope is basically the unit movement unit movement in x-axis, unit movement in x-axis. So what is a movement in y-axis? What is a movement in a y-axis, right? This is simple concept of slope. So of this particular line, let's consider there were one unit from that to that. So we are considering is a unit. So that's one unit movement in x-axis. So what is the movement in a y-axis, right? This is a y-axis. That is called the slope of that particular line, right? And that particular point we are considering laser. And similarly, when talk about the c, what is the c value? So c is a basically intercept. Okay, c are we considering is a intercept. Intercept basically mean this line when we came in attached to that particular point in a y axis, right? So which point that's there is a which point that we are connected or cross, right? This point are we call the intercept of that particular line. Okay, intercept of that particular line. So we this is the equation of line, and another way of writing equation of line. Okay, this is the let's understand we writing this equation in another way. So is a w1 x1 plus w2 x2 plus b is equal to 0. This is another way of writing equation of line. Okay, and similar term we write that is the w transverse t x is equal to plus b is equal to 0. What is that? What is the intercept? Intercept, and this is the equation of line. Okay, equation of line. And how we writing is when you talk about that. So w is nothing but wn and w2, and x is nothing but x1 and x2. And simply we do the cross product of both. So we get that type of equation, right? So we can write as a in the format of w2 x plus b is equal to 0. This is the equation of line. Equation of line. Okay. Similarly, when we talk about the hyperplane. Sorry, when you talk about the plane? So when you talk about the plane of a line, so equation of plane. So let's start and understand about the equation of line. So this is we have axis, right? This is the x1, let's say x2, and this is the x3, right? And we have a hyperplane. Okay, something like that. That we have a hyperplane. Okay, and the equation of that hyperplane is a w1 x1 plus w2 x2 plus w3 x3 plus b is equal to 0. Similarly, what happening there, this is the intersect. Okay, intersect, and this is the x coordinate, y coordinate according to that, and this is the point. Okay, that we have. Okay, in that case, we can write this equation is a wx plus b is equal to 0. Okay, and w is nothing but w1, w2, w3, and similarly x is nothing but x1, x2, and x3. So simply do the cross product of w and x. So we get that equation when do the cross product, sorry, dot product of that two vectors, right? W and x. When do the dot product, then we get that type of equation. So we can write that in that particular way. So similarly, we can go with a n dimensional of n dimensional hyperplane. Like this is the equation of the plane. E- Equation of plane. Okay. So the equation of plane is a wx plus b is equal to 0. And similarly, we talk about the n dimensional plane. Okay. N dimension of plane. In that case, we have a equation something like that x1 w1 x1 plus w2 x2 plus w3 x3 and finally wn xn. This is we have a n dimensions plane, right? And similarly, we writing is a wtx plus b is equal to 0. Okay, and what happened when your plane is passing from origin, right? Origin it's mean the 0 0. So in that particular case, that's the b value become a 0. Okay, because this line passing from origin. So we equation we can write something like wtx is equal to 0. This is the uh, equation of n dimensional hyperplane, right?